8 contestants, all with a chance to win thousands of pounds. Only one will start in control. Can they stay ahead and beat the pack? Hello there, I'm Jake Humphrey, and this is Beat the Pack, the show where if you can stay ahead of your opponents, you can win up to £12,000. Now, on our previous show, Ben, our online seller from Coventry, managed to beat the pack and earn the right to return as our control player on today's show. Ben, come and join me. Ben, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Nice to see you again. Now, last time you were here, you stayed in the pack, you kept out of trouble, into the final, and then you stole 3 correct answers within 75 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I felt a bit bad for her because she knew the answer, she just fluffed it. So, but I didn't feel that bad because I got on.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Ben, so basically...
We got that much.
Yeah, you already know that. I've just been out over in Australia. I've been living over there, so I've been, you know, having an easy life, just chilling. So I've been back in England now for about 5 months. So, but if I win this, I'll probably just be off on holiday again. So, who knows?
Oh, long-term planning. I like that because last time you were in the final, you were playing for control of the game.
Yeah.
You've got that now. So today you're playing for £12,000.
Yeah.
That would be quite a holiday if you won £12,000.
Yeah.
Would you put some towards?
No, I'm just going to waste it all. I'm just going to spend the lot. I'm not going to save any.
Brilliant, look at that. Good old Ben. His parents will be so proud watching this, won't they? He's still living at home and they're thinking, please don't waste it and stay living at home, Ben. Go and buy your own place. Right, shall we move on then?
Yeah, let's get started.
Ben, very best of luck today. As you know, you're in control, which means you could walk away from here with up to £12,000.
Yeah.
But you know what's standing in your way?
These lot.
These lots, otherwise known as the pack.
Yeah.
So let's meet them.
Emma, full-time mum from Kent.
Colin, credit risk analyst from London.
Sue, secretary from Newcastle.
Phillip, a retired operations manager from Derby.
Jenny, finance auditor from Perth.
Ian, train driver from the New Forest.
Jean, support worker from Hull.
So Ben, that's the pack that you're competing against today. And having been a member of the pack, who do you look at now and think, you worry me, you look knowledgeable, you look clever?
Well, they all look like smart cookies, don't they? Obviously, Philip's got the benefit of experience.
Yeah, he's also sitting down on the job already.
Yeah, he's relaxed.
So he's obviously very relaxed. Is it comfy there, Philip?
Very nice, thank you, Jake.
Good. And how confident are you feeling about today?
It depends. I'm completely out of it at this moment in time. I need Ben to make a mistake.
You see, what's interesting, though, people often look at the older members of the pack and think that they've got more knowledge. Is that a fair assumption?
They've always said that old age and treachery will always outdo young and vitality.
There you go. Old age and treachery. Watch out for it. Are you feeling ready for this, Ben?
Ready as I'll ever be, yeah.
OK, well, we know the rules. We now know the pack. I'm sure you'll be watching them very carefully to work out how they're going to play the game today. Shall we have a look at the most important part of the show for you?
Yeah.
The 6 categories, between you and the final.
OK, let's have a go.
Here they are. Gymnastics, fish, Elizabeth I, Australia, Woody Allen, and festivals. Now, each category is worth up to £2,000, and all Ben has to do is answer one question correctly from each category for the chance to win up to £12,000. But if he gets a question wrong at any time, he's straight out of the game. There are no second chances. However, if he doesn't like a question, he doesn't have to answer it. I'll simply replace it with an easier one, but that will cost him. The money halves every time Ben passes. And as for the pack, well, the pack will be answering every question. So if Ben passes and the pack all get it right, he loses control, he goes home with nothing, and one of the pack will then take his place. So the stakes are high. It's not just about what you know, Ben, it's about making the right decisions to play or pass at the right time.
Yeah.
So shall we get on with the show?
Yeah, let's get started. OK,
we're all rooting for you to have a really good game, so very best of luck. Let's do it. Let's play Beat the Pack. And obviously, the first category that leapt out at me there was Australia.
Yeah, I mean, that one I should get it, shouldn't I? I've been there.
Yeah.
So,
how long did you live there for?
Just a year, just a bit longer than a year.
But you did the tourist thing, you travelled around, you learned about the place?
No, I went there before, about 2 years ago, and I went all round. This time I just lived in Melbourne, but I got around. I went to, you know, the usual, like Sydney, Ayers Rock, Darwin, Perth. So, yeah, I did get to see most of the country.
OK, so Australia, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Are there any others on there that you think you'd be good at?
No.
OK, right. So just the one category
Yeah,
you're positive
I've got
about.
one, so I'm going to go easy first. Well, potentially easy. I'm going to
Australia?
go Australia, yeah.
OK, so what's the thinking behind going for Australia first of all?
I want to stay here as long as I can. I might as well do the easy ones. I don't want to be out straight away. And if I pick gymnastics, I probably will be. So.
Right. Ben has chosen his first category as Australia, a place he's lived in, a place he's visited. So let's do this. And the good news for you, Ben, you do get the opportunity at some point in the game for me to give you a helping hand where you can give me 2 answers to any of the questions, a double answer.
Yeah.
But you only get to use it the once. So use it wisely, OK?
Right, OK.
Think carefully about that. Right, the pack are primed. Ben is ready. Good luck. Let's get the show underway with the first £2,000 question, and this is on Australia. In the mid-17th century, which of these was a name given to Australia by early European explorers?
Right, OK.
New Holland, New Britain, New Denmark, New Ireland. Ben, have a think. Pack, for the first time today, please give us your answer. OK, so the pack have all locked in their answers. So in the mid-17th century, European explorers were heading to Australia.
Yeah.
300 or 400 years later, you were doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But what did they call it?
New Holland, I'm not 100%, but I'm reasonably confident. The first sort of explorers were Dutch. New Britain and New Ireland, they're islands in near Papua New Guinea. New Denmark, I'm pretty sure it's not New Denmark, so I'm going to go A, New Holland.
So you're going to play the £2,000 question, the toughest question of the lot on Australia,
Yeah.
to get your game off to the perfect start.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get it right. So New Holland, I'm going to go for it.
No need for a double answer?
No double answer.
I love it when games start like this. So Ben is going for the £2,000 question on Australia. Let's lock in New Holland. And if it's the right answer, it's the perfect start to the show. £2,000 in the bank and on to the next category. If it's wrong, you're going home. Has Ben got the show off to the perfect start for him? Is the correct answer New Holland? What a start! What a start! It was named New Holland by a Dutch expedition and officially renamed Australia in 1824. Well, well done, Ben. Yeah. Great answer, great start for you. And what I can tell you about the pack is only 2 of the 7 pack members got that answer correct.
Right.
Have a think about who that might be and who you would like to remove from the pack. But before we do that, well done, Ben. What a start. £2,000 in the bank for him. Got £2,000 in the bank, but before we go any further, you're a lucky man. You've got all 7 members of the pack to choose from. It's so important to get rid of the strong players. It really helps your game. So what do you want to do?
Well, obviously, I haven't really had a chance to see any of them answer, so I've absolutely no idea who's a strong player and who's a weak player. So just going off appearances alone, I'm going to pick Jean.
Oh, Jean, I'm ever so sorry. That didn't last long, did it?
No, it didn't. And actually, you were so wrong, because I was wrong.
So Jean was not one of the 2 pack members to get that right. And of all the remaining categories, Jean, Elizabeth I and all the other things we're going to be looking at, did you feel confident about them?
I would have had a crack at Elizabeth I.
Well, Jean, I'm ever so sorry to say that you're not going to get the chance to answer questions on Elizabeth I or any of the other remaining categories because Ben has singled you out as someone who looks a little clever.
Yeah.
Certainly too clever for his liking. Maybe take it as a compliment, but Jean, thank you so much for playing. You must leave the pack. And then there were 6. So that's £2,000 in the bank for you, Ben. And the good news for you, there's still £10,000 to be banked up there. So you can still walk away with the full £12,000 at the end of today's show. But it's up to you where we go next. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go for fish.
For no reason other than...
I like to eat fish.
Yeah.
I like them in my tank, so why not? Let's have fish.
Let's do it. So the next category for fish owner Ben is fish. Let's have a look at the £2,000 question. Which of these is not classified as a flatfish?
Right.
Halibut, plaice, hake or flounder? Ben, have a think. Pack, please give us your answer. And at this point, I'm hoping that you tell me halibut, plaice and hake and flounder are the fish in your tank.
No, they're not, unfortunately.
How did I know that?
Oh, well, I'm fairly sure flounder is a flatfish. They're flat, anyway. Hake is similar to a cod, I think. So maybe that would be not a flatfish because it's, a swimmy fish, not a flat one.
Yes. They're all quite swimmy fish.
Yeah, they all swim. I think one of these has got it wrong, so I'm going to pass.
Of course, if you take your double answer, then the reward, if you get it right, is £2,000. But you're not confident enough to go for that?
No, I'd rather just pass now and save my double answer for later.
OK. And what do you think the answer is, even if you're not confident enough to go for it?
I was going to take a guess. I'd say hake, but I really don't know. So I would say hake.
OK.
But
Ben has chosen to pass on this question, so let's see what the correct answer is. Ben.
Yeah.
If you'd have gone for that, that would be another £2,000 in the bank and on to the next category.
Yeah.
Going with your gut instinct, going with how you really feel sometimes is the best thing in this game.
Yeah.
But you didn't, which means we turn our attention to the pack. 6 members of the pack. If they all got the right answer, then despite having £2,000 in the bank, Ben is going home. So let's see who knew it was hake. Your game remains intact, Ben, but only just 4 members of the pack with the right answer, so well done. So, Sue, fish lover, a good guesser, what's the deal?
I know a little bit about fish, yes. I'm quite interested in the natural world, so yeah, it wasn't really a guess, no. I've seen a halibut, I've seen a plaice, I've seen a flounder.
Have you eaten all 4?
Unfortunately, I have, yes.
Well, on this occasion, your fish knowledge has come in very handy. And Philip, how did you know the right answer to this one?
I spent the first 20 years as a chef.
And so you would have cooked regularly with hake and you knew the answer?
Yeah, and exactly what Ben said, it's pretty similar to a cod view. Very difficult to tell them apart.
Ben,
you
should have gone for it. Not only did you know the right answer, but you knew what the fish looked like as well. Ian, Jenny, Philip, Sue, all of you are through to the next category. Please go to the safe area. So, Ben, 4 pack members into the safe area. It's good for them. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
You are now up against just 2 members of the pack in Emma and Colin. So if you pass on the next question, which is easier for you but also easier for them, you do run the risk of them both knowing the right answer.
yeah.
OK? Bear that in mind and let's move on. The next question is worth half as much because Ben chose to pass, £1,000. And here is the question. The Cod Wars were a series of disputes over fishing rights between the United Kingdom and which other country? Iceland, Norway, Spain and France. Ben, have a think. Colin and Emma, your answer, please. So, Ben, you had a gut feeling last time.
Which I should have gone for.
Which you should have gone for, but you chose to pass. This time?
This time, Iceland. I know it. And I knew it last time and I wasn't brave. I'm going to be brave. Iceland, A.
So how do you know that? And how are you so definite that you know it?
Because as soon as it came up, the Cod Wars, I thought of Iceland straight away. And basically, I know the answer. The answer's Cod Wars. It's Iceland.
You know the answer, you know it, don't you? OK.
So, A.
Should we lock it in?
Yep, lock it in.
OK, let's lock in Iceland. Let's see if it's the right answer. Is Iceland the answer that will keep Ben in the game and give him another £1,000 in the bank? It is. Well done, you did know it. Another £1,000 for Ben. Well done. But it's always the way on Beat the Pack. What's good news for you is bad news for the pack, and vice versa. On this occasion, you've been successful, which means someone has to leave, and there's only Emma and Colin to choose from.
I think Emma might sort of know some answers that I don't know, and I think Colin would be more similar to my sort of knowledge. So, for that reason, I'm going to go with Emma. Sorry, Emma.
Oh, Emma, I'm ever so sorry. Do you know much about the remaining categories?
Not really, no.
Well, I can reveal that you've yet to give us a correct answer. I wonder whether you've done the right thing, Ben. But for now, Emma, thank you very much for playing. But please leave the pack. So, Emma's game finishes without a single correct answer. But let's now bring back the pack. And then there were 5. Did you breathe a sigh of relief up there, Colin?
Just a touch, yeah. Similar sort of thought process to Ben, but probably 2 of my weakest subjects, so I'm just glad to get them out of the way.
OK, so Colin thinks the 2 subjects we've had a week for him.
Right.
It remains to be
Okay.
seen whether you have removed the right person. But what we know is that you've got £3,000 in the bank, which is fantastic. We've still got another 4 categories, so you could still walk away from here, Ben, with £11,000 if things go your way, and you have the double answer still to play.
Yeah.
So, gymnastics, Elizabeth I, Woody Allen, or festivals? What shall we do?
I'll go for Elizabeth I.
Right. Ben has chosen to play Elizabeth I. And here is the £2,000 question. Elizabeth was born in 1533 in which royal palace? Hampton Court Palace, Greenwich Palace, Richmond Palace, Nonsuch Palace. Ben, have a think. Pack, your answer, please. So 5 members of the pack still in play. Looking at them, the expressions on their faces, the ages of the pack members, their body language. Do they know this? Because obviously if all 5 of them know the correct answer...
Yeah, they're looking pretty confident, I have
By
to say.
passing, it's a risk. I mean, which of the pack do you think were around at the same time as Elizabeth I?
Well, I don't want to be rude, but maybe Phillip might remember.
Were you there at the birth, Philip?
Just a bit afterwards.
Right. Ben, what do you think?
Oh, it's a very tough one. Like, I mean, obviously, Hate Gates was a big disaster for me.
Yes, it was.
I'll be brave. Hampton Court. But I'm not confident. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Ben has chosen to play the £2,000 question on Elizabeth I. Brave play, Ben. And you're not going to use the double answer.
No.
You're going to go straight for Hampton Court Palace.
Yeah.
OK. Let's lock in Hampton Court Palace. OK. You know the situation here. If this is right, then what a game you are playing. If you're wrong, you're out. Will he live to regret not passing on this occasion? Let's see. Oh, it's not! I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Ben. Let's see what the correct answer is. Greenwich Palace. I just wish you'd got that right. You were playing such a brilliant game. We all applaud and admired your bravery. If it had gone your way, you'd now have £5,000 in the bank. It didn't, and you leave with nothing. Thank you for playing, Ben.
Cheers.
But you failed to beat the pack. Take care. Poor old Ben. Poor old Ben. If you go for it and you get it wrong at any time in this game, that's the price you pay. You leave with nothing. So Ben goes, and so does that huge amount of money he banked. £3,000 goes with him. That's now lost, and we start from 0. But the good news for the pack is that with Ben leaving, the best member of the pack until now gets to take his place. But who is that person? I can reveal that the new player in control is... Sue! Sue, down you come! Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
What a time to take control. What do you think of the game that Ben played? Because I imagine you could have learned quite a lot from him.
I think you could have taken the double answer on that question. I think that would have been more sensible.
OK, so how much have you learned from that in terms of your own game? What can we expect from you?
Use that double answer if you need it.
Yes.
Don't wait and try to hold it back because you may never get that chance. Use it.
And before we go any further, just tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a woman with a trans history. I transitioned about 6 months ago, having always known from about 10 years old that I was born in the wrong body, and luckily these days things can change. So here I am as Sue, and very, very happy to be Sue.
And so if you won £6,000, this money would go to continuing your transformation and transition?
Journey. So for the last part of my life, I could maybe look how I would really like to look.
Great. Well, I really hope that we can continue that journey for you and help you out with some serious money today, because there's a lot of money up for grabs.
Thank you.
And tell us what you do for a living.
I'm Secretary of Northern Pride Events Limited, which is an events company for the LGBT community, putting on these big music events that you see all over the country. So I'm very involved with that.
Right. Shall we move on with the game?
We shall, Jack. Thank you.
I would love for you to win this money. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
3 categories, worth up to £6,000. You have the double answer still. So let's do it. It's now Sue's game. Let's play Beat the Pack. And let's remind ourselves, Sue, of the 3 remaining categories that you need to play. Gymnastics, Woody Allen and festivals. Now, with the job that you do, you should know a fair bit about festivals.
I will know quite a bit about festivals.
You've got 4 pack members at the moment, and as we move through that, we'll get whittled down. So what should we do?
I think we'll go for festivals, please, Jake.
Your strongest category?
Probably on there, yes.
All right, well, let's get a great start for Sue. Let's try and get a £2,000 answer in there. And Sue's first category is festivals. And here is the £2,000 question. Best of luck, Sue. Which of these singers performed at the inaugural staging of the 1970 event that became the Glastonbury Festival? Mark Bolan, Rod Stewart, Ray Davies, George Harrison. Sue, don't give me an answer yet. Pack, please answer now. OK, Sue, for the first time in your game, the pack have all given us an answer. What were you doing in 1970?
Just started work.
OK, were you big into music?
Big into Mark Bolan, big into Ray Davies, yeah.
Of those 4, what do you think?
I would probably think Mark Bolan. But it could be George Harrison, because when George Harrison left the Beatles, he was the first one to have anything out solo.
Take a look at Colin, Jenny, Phillip and Ian. Who do you think would have been tuning into the 70s?
I think Ian would have been tuning in.
OK. Right. Should we play or pass?
No, I'm going to pass it and let them play. I don't think all of them will know this.
OK. And if I'd have pushed you for one answer?
I would have probably gone for Mark Bolan.
And your second answer?
George Harrison.
So if you'd have used the double answer, you would have said Mark Bolan and George Harrison. Let's see if either of those are the correct answer. Sue, you knew. That's where the bravery can come in. That's where the bravery can be really helpful in this game. You knew that was Mark Bolan. But we now turn to the pack, because Sue, if the 4 remaining pack members did know it was Mark Bolan, if they all gave that answer, the game is up already. And I really hope this isn't the case. So let's turn our attention to Colin, Jenny, Phillip and Ian, who knew the answer was Mark Bolan. And 1 correct answer in the pack. That's good news for you, Sue. A good decision to pass. And Phillip, again, demonstrating your knowledge. Whether it's fish or festivals, you're there.
1960s, 1970s, my era.
Big Mark Bolan fan?
No, not really. My nephew was a big Mark Bolan fan. I was more into the Beatles.
Well, Phillip, whether you're a fan or not, it doesn't matter, because on this occasion, Mark Bolan has helped you out. He's put you into the next category. Please make your way to the safe area, Phillip. Well done.
Thank you.
Phillip in the safe area again.
Yeah.
He's quite a formidable opponent, isn't he?
He's a very formidable opponent, yes.
Well, luckily for you, Sue, he's out of the running as far as festivals is concerned. You now have Colin, Jenny and Ian to beat and make it into the next category. So let's take a look at the next question. And because you passed, Sue, it's worth £1,000. And here is the question. In an annual festival in the town of Buñol in eastern Spain, locals pelt each other with which foodstuff? Oranges, plums, olives, tomatoes. Sue, have a think. Pack, over to you. Right, the pack have answered, Sue. The pack now only consists of 3. So passing is risky. If they all know the right answer and you pass, the game is up. You weren't particularly brave on the first question.
No.
Are you a little braver with this one?
Well, yes, I think I don't really know, but it's traditional to throw tomatoes. So I would think of the 4 tomatoes would have to be the favourite one.
Favourite enough for you to go for this, or are you not confident enough to play? You know
I'm confident to play.
You're confident enough to play?
With a double answer.
OK, so Sue is going to use her double answer. Let's lock that in. Please give me 2 answers.
I would go with plums and tomatoes.
OK, Sue's going to play with plums. Let's lock that in. And tomatoes. Sue, there's no money in your bank at the moment.
No.
If it's right, if it's plums or tomatoes, £1,000, we move on. We're then just 2 categories from the final. If it's neither of those answers, then you're out.
OK.
Shall we see?
Let's have a look.
OK, so first of all, Sue has given us plums. Let's see if plums is the right answer. No.
What's my second answer?
So tomatoes was what Sue really felt the right answer was. Let's see if Sue's game is going to continue. Is tomatoes the right answer? Let's see. Sue, well done. Well done. Your first correct answer, worth £1,000. The festival is called La Tomatina.
Tomato. Festival,
tomatoes.
the Festival of Tomatoes.
You've seen the photos, everyone covered in tomatoes. It looks like great fun. Guess what, Sue? It was worth £1,000. So £1,000 for Sue. Now we get moving. And before we go any further, immediately Sue starts looking across to the pack. Colin, Jenny and Ian are all at risk. What do you want to do?
I feel the strongest player there is probably Ian.
So Ian to go.
I'm afraid so, Ian. Sorry.
Ian, I'm sorry as well. Did you get the last question right?
I did, yes.
You did get that question right. And I can tell you, actually, Sue, all the pack knew the correct answer to the last question. If you'd have passed, you'd have been out of the game. But as it is, you've made the right decision. You've got £1,000. Sue is still in the game. Ian, sadly, you are not. You just looked a bit too clever for Sue. So, Ian, please leave the pack. Thanks for playing.
That's a lot.
So, another one down. Now the pack is only consisting of 3. Let's bring back Philip. So, Philip's back in the pack and your game continues, Sue. Gymnastics and Woody Allen is all that stands in the way of you being in today's final. Where would you like to go next?
Woody Allen.
You a fan?
Some of it, yeah. Some of his early stuff, yeah.
OK, well, let's hope it's a question that you feel good about. The next category is Woody Allen. And here is Sue's £2,000 question. The Woody Allen film Manhattan opens with which piece of music by Gershwin?
Okay.
I Got Rhythm, Summertime, Rhapsody in Blue, Concerto in F. Sue, have a think. Pack, please give us your answer. So the 3 remaining pack members have answered. But of course, what really matters, Sue, is what you want to do. Have you seen the film Manhattan?
A long time ago, yeah. Summertime stands out, I must admit.
The thing to remember is you have a pack consisting now of only 3 people. It only requires 3 correct answers for you to be out.
I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass?
I am.
Happy to take the risk?
Yes, I'm very happy to pass.
OK, Sue is happy to pass, despite thinking the correct answer was Summertime. Let's reveal the correct answer. Well done, Sue. Rhapsody in Blue was the right answer. You did well to pass. However, if Colin, Philip and Jenny knew that, passing has ended your game. Do the 3 remaining members of the pack know the correct answer was Rhapsody in Blue? Oh, surprise, surprise! Philip with another correct answer. How are you finding the game, Philip?
I have to get the question before Sue does from now on, because I've got a feeling she'll have me off this stage as quick as she can.
So you're feeling the pressure from
Oh,
Sue,
yes.
are you? Oh, interesting. Which means if Sue knows the correct answer to the next question, you are both at risk. Philip, you're safe again. Go to the safe area. Well done. So, Sue, Philip once again is safe. And it's now you up against 2 members of the pack. The stakes are increasing all the time. And the next question, Sue, easier for you, but also easier for the pack.
Yeah.
Remember that. It's worth £1,000. And here it is. With his jazz band, Alan is best known for performing on which instrument? Clarinet, saxophone, trumpet, trombone. Sue, have a think. Pack, your answer, please. OK, Sue. After a little bit of contemplation time,
Yes.
Jenny and Colin gave us an answer. With only 2 members of the pack, passing at this stage is risky.
Very risky.
If you don't know the answer, answering the question is risky. You no longer have the double answer available.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
I'm going to play
What's your answer?
saxophone.
Confident enough to play?
Confident enough to play on saxophone.
And you know what happens if it's a wrong answer at this stage, Sue?
I have this long walk to do.
You have this long walk to do, and at the end of it, no money to pick up. Ready to do it?
Let's do it, Jake.
You're not sure, but
yeah, let's
we're
do
going
it,
to
Jake.
anyway.
Let's do it, let's do it, let's
All
do
right,
it.
Sue, very best of
Put me
luck.
out of my misery.
Sue has chosen to play on the £1,000 question on Woody Allen. If it's the right answer, we shall double her money to £2,000, and you will then beat 1 category from the final, Sue. Let's lock in saxophone. Let's all cross our fingers and let's all hope that Sue's game continues. Is saxophone the right answer? Oh!
That's not good.
I'm afraid it isn't good, Sue.
No.
Oh, I wish it was a different outcome. Let's just reveal the correct answer to put you out of your misery.
Trumpet.
It's the clarinet.
I'd never have said that.
They play under the name of Woody Allen and his New Orleans jazz band. And before you leave, I think it's important that we reveal whether our remaining pack members knew the correct answer. Colin, did you know? Jenny?
No.
Sue?
I had to gamble sometime. Got to gamble sometime.
True. If you'd have gambled on a pass, you'd still be in the game. Yeah. You gambled on giving us an answer, so your game ends now. But Sue, very best of luck with whatever the future holds. I hope the journey continues to go very well. Thank you very much for playing. Very best of luck. But Sue, despite your best efforts, you failed to beat the pack. Thanks for being here. Well played. So another one falls by the wayside, which means we now bring back the pack and the best player until this point takes Sue's place. I wonder who that will be. Philip, back you come. So, Philip, Jenny and Colin, the strongest player until this point is about to replace Sue. And that person is... shock horror, it's Philip. Down you come. Well, Philip, congratulations and well done until this point.
Thank you, Jake.
You've made being a pack member look so easy.
I don't know how. It was just the luck of the draw. I got questions today that I knew the answer or could work out the answer, but it was just as easy to not know the answers. So I'm just pleased to be here.
So tell us a bit about yourself, Philip.
I'm married to Amanda. I've got a stepdaughter and 2 fabulous grandchildren. So, of course, if I'm looking to get a couple of bob tonight, you know where that's going.
Absolutely. Straight to the grandchildren.
Straight to the grandchildren.
Where has this amazing knowledge that you've got come from? I'm interested to know what kind of jobs and things you've done.
What I do now is I write novels. Right. I'm just working on a trilogy about the English Civil War. So you've got to have a lot of facts in it, because if you make one mistake, somebody knows that you're wrong. So you have to make sure that everything's right.
Well, today, Philip, you've made sure that everything is right. We've now got one more category to play, and it will either be Philip up against you, Colin, or you, Jenny, in the final, or Philip. If it all goes wrong at this stage, then Colin and Jenny make the final. You understand the stakes?
I understand.
One category to go. £2,000 could be yours. Fingers crossed you walk away with that money.
Thank you.
Shall we play?
Please.
Let's go. Let's play Beat the Pack. And if only the final category was the English Civil War, you'd already be walking away with the money. Sadly, it's gymnastics. And on such a category, any good news I'm sure you're grateful for, you do have the double answer, Philip.
Thank you.
So if you want to play with that, then feel free.
Appreciate it.
Here is the £2,000 question. At the 2012 Olympic Games, the British gymnast Beth Tweddle won a bronze medal in which event? Floor exercises, balance beam, uneven bars, or vault? Philip, have a think. Colin and Jenny, please answer now. So, Philip, Colin and Jenny have locked in their answers. Now, it's always tricky when we ask questions about the 2012 Olympic Games because you don't know who has sat and watched it. You know, if Colin and Jenny spend all summer in front of the TV, they'll know the answer. Did you?
No. With gymnastics, you've got... a lot of them do a lot of events. My problem is I've seen Beth Tweddle on one of those up there. I don't know if it's the one she won a medal with. I've seen her on the uneven bars. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to have the double answer if I may. You're welcome to use the double answer whenever you like. So you think uneven bars is the most likely answer. What would you go for with your second? I think the balance beam. OK, let's lock in Philip's double answer. And his 2 answers, balance beam and uneven bars. Shall we find out the right answer, Philip?
Please. Suddenly, it's the most nervous you've looked for the whole
Oh,
show.
yes. It was one subcategory all the way along. I wanted it out of the way.
And sadly, just as you take control, it's the one category you don't want.
Absolutely, yes.
So if you manage to take £2,000 from this, you will breathe a huge sigh of relief.
I will think I've stolen it rather than been given it.
Right. Well, let's see if you're about to steal it, because it's worth £2,000 regardless.
Okay.
We focus on balance beam. If that's the right answer, what a time for Philip to take control, and what a way to play the game. He has £2,000 and he's in the final. Is the answer balance beam? No. But you were more confident on the uneven bars. If the answer is uneven bars, then we will be delighted, Philip. You will have £2,000 and you'll be into the final. But you understand the consequences if the uneven bars is wrong.
The door's to my right.
The door is to your right. Please walk through it.
Thank you.
Let's see what the correct answer is. Philip, you're in the final. Well done, well done. I'm so pleased for you. Considering how unconfident you were with that. So you obviously saw a little bit of the Olympics.
I've seen her on the uneven bars. It was on the somewhere. I didn't see the Olympics as much, but I've seen her somewhere. It was sitting in the back of my mind, jumping off the uneven bars.
Well, Philip, well done.
Thank you.
Gold for Russia, silver for China, bronze for Beth. She was a great Olympian, a great ambassador for gymnastics, and
Absolutely.
that answer was worth £2,000 for Philip. Philip, well done. Now, if that answer was difficult, the next one's going to be really tough, because you have to choose who you would like to take on in the final, and obviously you don't need me to tell you, the weaker the opponent, the greater your chances.
I don't know about weakness or strengths. What I'm looking at again is, and it's the same as Ben tried to do all the way along, and that was try and pick somebody who, if I drop the ball, they'll drop it also. Yeah, I think Colin. I'm going to keep Colin and ask Jenny to leave.
Oh, Jenny, I am sorry. Don't run off too quickly, though. We'll say goodbye first of all. Did you know the answer to that last question?
No.
Well, Jenny, it's a shame you're leaving, because I can tell you, of the two of you, you are the stronger player. So maybe that makes Philip's decision very clever indeed. Jenny, at the very last moment, you must leave the pack. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So that leaves Colin in the final. Colin, well done. Give Colin a round of applause for making it through. And did you know the correct answer to the last question, Colin?
Watched every minute of the Olympics, and that one I knew, yes. Yeah.
You've not been in the safe area once.
No.
Colin, very best of luck in the final.
Cheers.
And I think you might need it, because what a formidable player I have to my right. Philip, well done. You've got £2,000. You're in control. It's now time to play for that money.
Thank you.
Let's do it. Let's play the Beat the Pack final. And so we've made it here to the final with Philip in control of the game. Philip, well done. You took control with one category to go. The correct answer means you have £2,000 in the bank. And all that stands in your way of taking that money home is the rather imposing figure of Colin. Now, Philip, you will face 75 seconds of quick-fire questions. Keep on getting them right, you leave here a winner. However, answering correctly will take too long to answer. I'll stop the clock, and Colin will be given the chance to answer that same question. OK?
OK.
Now, Colin, all you have to do is steal 3 correct answers from Philip, and you take the money, all £2,000 of it. Now, I don't want to make you feel bad, Colin, but Philip has said if he walks away with £2,000, he splits it between his grandchildren. What would you do with the money?
Yeah, he's making me feel pretty bad, but I'd probably do the boring stuff, pay up a few debts, and possibly a holiday somewhere.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, very best of luck to you. Philip, you've been a brilliant player. You've been, by far, the best member of the pack today. If you can keep demonstrating that knowledge, you'll walk away from here with £2,000. Good luck to you both. Philip, 75 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. Which film, released in late 2012, starred Hugh Jackman as Jean Valjean?
Les Miserables.
Correct. In professional tennis, what is the minimum number of games a player must win in order to win a set?
6.
Correct. Immediately before he became Prime Minister in 2007, Gordon Brown held which cabinet post?
He was the Chancellor of Exchequer.
Correct. Which author wrote The Wind in the Willows?
Graham Greene.
Stop the clock. Colin, which author wrote The Wind in the Willows?
Roald Dahl.
No, it was Kenneth Grahame. Back with you, Philip. You've now got 49 seconds left on the clock. Time starts now. The pungent Japanese condiment wasabi paste is usually what colour?
White.
Stop the clock. Colin, the pungent Japanese condiment wasabi paste is usually what colour?
Green.
Colin, that's the correct answer. Well done, your first steal of the final. 2 more correct answers, you take the £2,000.
Right, OK.
Philip, 43 seconds to play. Your time starts now. In the TV series Doctor Who, which actor succeeded David Tennant in the role of the Doctor? Stop the clock. Colin, in the TV series Doctor Who, which actor succeeded David Tennant in the role of the Doctor? Your time is up, Colin. The answer was Matt Smith. Philip, 35 seconds left on the clock. Your time starts now. Before it adopted the euro in 2002, what was the official currency of Italy?
The lira.
Correct. Who had a UK hit with My Heart Will Go On, the theme song to the 1997 film Titanic?
Dion.
I will accept Dion. Her full name is Celine Dion. Which light, porous volcanic rock is often used in the bathroom to smooth rough skin?
Pumice.
Correct.
Stone.
According to legend, Lady Godiva rode naked through which city?
Coventry.
Correct. Goal shooter, goal attack and wing attack are positions in which sport?
Hockey.
Stop the clock. That's incorrect. Colin, I'll give you a chance to answer this question, even though the time is up. Goal shooter, goal attack and wing attack are positions in which sport?
Ice hockey?
Colin, it's the incorrect answer. The correct answer was netball. You failed to steal another answer from Philip. However, the important thing is, Philip, you've just won yourself £2,000. Well done. Well done. How do you feel?
Elated.
You're going to be the best granddad in the world when you get home with that. Really well done. You've been a brilliant player. And Colin, frustration for you because you did have 3 opportunities to give us a correct answer in that final, didn't you?
He did another 75 seconds, I think.
Another 75 seconds. Sadly, you didn't get that, but thank you so much for being here. And Philip, you walk away from here with £2,000. Split it between the grandchildren. I hope they really enjoy it. You've been fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Philip. What a player. He took control, banked £2,000, and then he went and won it. So make sure you join us next time when someone else will have the chance to win up to £12,000, but only if they can do exactly what Philip has just managed and beat the pack. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.